Hi guys, this is going to be another general art channeled message. Anyone is welcome for these, so make sure you tune in. Doesn't matter what really sign you are. We'll be doing these in sort of like two different ways. But yeah, I channel messages through art here and creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, and within everything around you, because we all start from zero, which is just a blank canvas. If you'd like a personal reading, all of that is down below. And lastly, there's no rules here, so if you find this, it's definitely meant for you. You can always get something from my messages, and that's what's so special about my art, etc., etc. Because, like, what do you see? What am I trying to say without actually saying it? It's like sometimes I start with this, and I sort of like, it's like I'm being guided. It's the same idea for the message portion. It's like speaking in an art form, which I came up with. What I started drawing for you was an igloo in a very cold climate, obviously. As I kept drawing, several mounds of coal were appearing within it. That coal that goes in stockings, like when you're a bad person and when you're not so deserving of gifts. What's already ironic about this is coal, I'm pretty sure, is created from heat, then cooled down, like molten rock or lava. I'm also hearing coal as in literally it's cold. Also within my drawing, it's really weird. It almost looks like the igloo is incubating the coal. And I was hearing supply and demand, kind of like toys, how they're made in a factory. It's like thinking in like a fairy tale sense. You can imagine there's probably like a separate factory or like supply and demand for coal. Like there always will be, because there's so many, sometimes the bad outweighs the good. That's how I'm saying with my drawing as well, which is very oddly specific. I'm also getting a majority of you are in a bit of a power trip position where like you have the power to deem who's worthy, who's not, who's been naughty, who's been nice. It's like you'll be giving privileges and be able to take them away as well, just as easily. It's like they gotta be careful around you. They must be on their best behavior. Also, skating with the incubation thing, something's being saved for the right moment to present it. It's like, oh, it's a gift. Just kidding. You're getting this. Because it matches what you're actually doing. I'm also getting something with my art in regards to Santa, as in AKA a higher power. Know what they're doing when they gift you with something. Whether it be a talent, toys, possessions, it's like you must deserve it. Or you would use it for good, not evil. I'm also hearing privilege once more, privileges. I'm hearing the gist of sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake. That sounds very spiritual or of a higher place. No one can see you when you're sleeping or watch over you like that, unless they're a stalker, of course, but I'm getting that more on like a spirit watching over you, where it must be something that's can only see you in your most intimate moments, and when you're not trying to put on a show or something like that. It's as if who you are is not an act as well. You're genuinely nice, or you genuinely follow through with your personality behind closed doors. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so just be good for goodness sake. To me, that's sarcastic. It's like, please just, you might as well just be good. You might as well not put on the show, because it's not gonna determine, that part of you is not gonna determine whether you're on the good list or the bad one. Also getting like, that symbolizes too, there's no way you can cheat the system or cheat spirit. Just be genuine no matter what. I'm getting this all symbolizes intimate moments once again, Emotions and thoughts are heightened around bedtime. Kind of reminds me of the Nine of Swords. I'm seeing that right now. Also getting comfortable, as in comfortable in letting the guard down. Someone might let it slip with you. I'm getting the scenario of, let's say, it's very close to Christmas and a child has been good all year, but thinks if they slip up a bit at the end that they won't catch it, that they're still in the green, they'll still be okay. And then Santa's like, I caught that. I saw that. I see everything. It's like nothing gets, it's kind of like a lie detector or almost like a security guard. Reminds me of, as well, of like, remember when I said it's like a authority figure that has the control or ability to like make or break you, like a make or break grade. Reminds me of a teacher, where it's like you could do great the whole semester, and if you slip up at the end, it's like you have a 30%. But if it's the other way around, it's like you do get one good grade and you do bad the whole semester, that will barely budge the percentage. It's so backwards. So that's how I'm seeing this too. It's like slipping up at the last moment, thinking it won't be caught, or thinking it won't be seen. But Spirit sees all. Spirit sees who you really are. As well as I caught that, I'm getting, or like another naughty person to add to the I don't fuck with you list. That's what I'm getting, like I do not fuck with you, not you, not you. I'm also hearing making a list of undesirable qualities. You know how people do that so that they see someone for who they are, or they see them as less desirable? Like, let me weigh out the pros and cons. Does the good outweigh the bad? Lastly, I'm hearing be good for goodness sake, as in, once again, like you might as well be good because there's no getting past you. You see everything, even the fishy things. So that's really weird. On a weird note, I am getting a bit of like a stalkerish energy with the sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake. And I'm also seeing that as spiritually being watched over. Seeing Nine of, I wouldn't be surprised if that came out or something similar to it. Because you know how the Nine of Swords, it looks like someone's like very vulnerable or being tortured while they're awake or should be sleeping in their bed. It's like someone that pretends to be okay but really isn't, but who sees that they're not okay. It's not an actual person. Just getting this message in so many ways. Let's see. Ace of Cups. Then we have the Emperor. There that is. It's like, I have the power to either make you or break you. It's like you really don't want to make this person mad, or you really want to be on your best behavior just to impress them. It's like you're some kind of like authority figure. Nothing slips by you. Kind of like literally picturing the security scenario. It's like I saw that. I see that out of the corner of my eye. Right off the bat, with the Six of Wands being here, to me this is doing things for attention, doing things maybe for likes, validation, And then up here we have what looks like a bit of like a Santa-like figure. It's like, I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. I see what's really going on. It's very similar to how people can record them doing good deeds, like giving to the homeless. But it's like, as soon as the camera goes off, they know how you really speak on people like that. Or they know the true motive behind that. Like, what's the motive behind the kindness? Being naughty versus nice. It's like some people can think they're doing good things, or they can think they're nice, but they still have a lot of work to do. I feel like you see that. Also getting with the world here, like going around the world in one night, it's like something is so impossible. It's like, how do you know that? How do you see that? Like, how do you have eyes in the back of your head? How are you everywhere at once, is what it feels like. Like, how does nothing get by you, is what I'm getting. It's kind of how you're being seen. It's like everything just comes crumbling down. It's like, how do you know that I'm suffering? I'm literally getting once more, like a very old person or a very old, like, ancestor comforting one when they're crying or very in a vulnerable state or vulnerable spot even. Like in your bed, when you're awake, when you can't sleep. Something like amongst like your daily routine, daily life, it's like you feel something. Like you're feeling a presence. It's like you feel someone next to you amongst the crowd, but they're not there. It's really weird. You can get something just as fast, but you can also lose it just as fast. Or like something ends just as fast as it begins. That's what I'm seeing with the world as well. It's like restricted. Restricting access. Maybe getting this as a bubble. Like, don't even think about it. Ooh, I'm even getting like this could represent a person that thinks it's like that good versus bad. Does the good outweigh the bad? Like that being scored or graded by a teacher, sometimes the bad grade totally overpowers all the good work you did all year. Like once around the sun goes around the earth. That's how I'm seeing that. But it's like something was horrible. Maybe someone was horrible to you the whole time. And then it's like that one good deed. It's like, oh, now I'm good. Now karma can be whatever you think it is. Now karma can't get me. Now I don't have to feel bad. It's like putting a bow on coal or trying to preserve coal or treating it like it's some kind of prized possession and giving it away. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a huge wound that needs to be like, you need to go to the hospital. That's what I'm seeing with that. It's like good behavior, good news, but really? It's like seeing true characters. I've even seen this too as like, you don't have to worry about something ever being exposed because others can't see it, or maybe you deem it as like, hey, they're not like that all the time. They're usually like this a majority of the time, or however you want to twist it. You know who does see them for who they are? See them when they're sleeping, see them in their most intimate, behind the scenes moments? Higher powers. So it's like either way, we're all seen for the good, bad, and the ugly. It's like that's completely out of your hands. I think that's the bigger picture here as well, guys. It's like a lot of people think they're in some power to always, it's like a power of perspective or judgment. It's like, I know they're this, they're that, they're blah, blah, blah. It's not really up to you to choose that or worry about it. It's like you can see it. Nothing ever slips past you, but it's all a privilege to a higher power. The real win is who's blessed with gifts, who's trusted, who's given the privilege, because they'd use their gifts for good versus evil. And then there's the people that are given coal. It's like their true character will reflect with what they receive anyway. So there's no need to prove it. Hope I'm getting across here. Let me get Bob Ross card. That's a crooked tree. We'll send him to Washington. To me, that sounds like a punishment. It's like there's something flawed, there's something wrong with this. We'll send it away for repair. Kind of like how you can send a toy away to be repaired, or like technology. Something about it's broken, needs to be reintroduced or repaired. Also seeing this as the Four of Cups, which is usually like the grass is greener on the other side. The thing is really appealing to me right now. Also getting like a spoiled behavior, like maybe a spoiled child. Usually they're on the naughty list. People that want everything, but it's still not enough. I was getting crooked as in like seeing everything, seeing your flaws, seeing your worst moments, and still loving you anyway. Okay guys, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel any way you can. I really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah. He sees you when you're sleeping. So you might as well be good, because no matter what. Okay.